Good evening. We're going to try this again. My name is Christopher Balzano.
And my name is Ella Balzano.
And Devin's staying silent because he does not want anything to do with this. But I'm here with Tripping on Legends, and we did an episode this week, or I should say we put out an episode this week on the podcast. We actually recorded about a week ago. About what we called the home hauntings. And the idea of this was, because of the condition of everything that's going on right now, we can't actually go any place in Legend Trip. And of course, that's lifting a little bit, but still, the idea was, what are urban legends or what are ghostly legends that are inside the house, right? And after a lot of research, we discovered there really wasn't a lot that adults were talking about, and yet there were a lot that kids were talking about. And in that episode, which is a really freaky episode, some of the things that we talked about in that episode are still kind of weirding me out. We talked about all of these different things that we could do to kind of explore those urban legends, right? And explore those stories that people were talking about. And so we thought we would take a week and kind of do some of these. And so this is the first one. The bad news is most of the stories and most of the things that we're going to have to do, I'm going to be doing without the children here. So this is going to be a little bit. But what's going on is we are doing, and they're also at 3 o'clock and noon and midnight, because that's what all the rage with all the kids. But what we're doing tonight is kind of a classic. So there's Ella.
With the Ouija board.
So tonight, yes, we are actually exploring the Ouija board. Devin does not want to be involved.
And this
This is the board that we have. So if you are a follower of the show, you know what happened to the old board. And so I can't remember what, where we got this one or when we got this one, but
got this on Amazon.
we did get it on.
It was right after
Oh, that's right. It was after Spooky Empire.
You guys didn't get Alice Cooper.
We didn't get to see Alice Cooper. I felt bad, and I told her I would get her a Ouija board because we had seen so many of them before.
I don't know if she'd care about Alice Cooper.
And so, right, because Ed, who's actually making us a Tripping on Legends board. And so I thought I would combine one of Ella's favorite things,
and that is
Stranger Things, with getting her the Ouija board. So, there are a lot of myths and legends that go about. If you look back in the early episodes, we did an entire episode.
I don't think she'll care.
We did an entire episode just talking about the folklore of the Ouija board. It was one of our best shows. It was a really interesting exploration. And so I know what's out there about it. I know what people think and what people feel about it. And to be honest with you, I am of the belief that it is like most spirit communication. People think that it is, there's a dark and sinister thing behind it. And there's a part of me that believes that, and there's a part of me that has definitely experienced that. But AC/DC, federal government story she's talking about. And so not AC/DC the band. And so there are dangers to it, right? But I'm an excellent guide for my daughter. We've done some kind of protection things, and we're going to do some protection things when we end as well. But I thought I would just explore. There's nothing less interesting than actually taping for an audience a Ouija board session. So we're not going to do that, but I did want to stop in, and I wanted to tell people what we were doing, and kind of... I know Ken, and Ken, you have your own board story that I'm hoping that you share on an episode. This is part of that urban legend, right? So this might be a very odd week considering some of the games we're playing. Like I said, some of them are freaking me out. This is the one I'm most familiar with, being an old man. I have a ton of Ouija board stories that have happened to me, both good and bad and weird and unexplainable, but then also ones that just are kind of out there. But we're going to do this tonight. I will tell you guys kind of what happens and what we explore and what we find out tonight's session. We're not, like I said, we're not going to tape the whole thing because there's nothing more boring than watching people do that. But this is night one. So night one, spirit board. We will post kind of what happens. Then the kids go away tomorrow.
I'm here. I don't know.
Well,
She goes away
Ella
tomorrow.
goes away, and Devin doesn't want anything to do with any of this. So I'll have to decide which one I might do tomorrow night. I think I'm probably going to do one of the ones that's at midnight, so they don't have to worry about 3
I'm
o'clock
gonna
and,
join in.
rising up with the kids.
No,
And,
you
and I
can't.
guess Devin's going to be involved. So please keep in touch with like what we are doing with social media. So this is going to be hashtag spooky games. Is what we're going to be hashtagging all the stuff that we're exploring. I know whether it's tomorrow morning or whether it's Monday afternoon, we are going to dissect Chuck E. Cheese
Yeah.
for the what do you call it? The
No, I'm not gonna post a picture. I'm gonna post a
the
video.
one man hide and seek. So I know we will do that, and we will film us doing that. So for now, we're gonna see if we can try to communicate with some of the spirits that are here and kind of go from there. So I'm gonna sign off tonight. Here's Tripping on Legends, and here's hoping that all of your trips
Are legendary.
are legendary.
I'm out, man.
And Devin is out. So there you go. We've already lost one.